It's time to talk some college football FCS Group of Five with Emory Hunt and Tom Casale. We're going to lead off, gentlemen, with a CBS Sports Network game on a Tuesday. We've got Akron and Emory coming off a win, and UMass coming off, well, they haven't won yet. This is a pretty big line. What do we like?
I love Akron here. I know UMass is coming off being UMass, but at least Akron has shown some fight here and scored some points and won a few games. They beat Buffalo last weekend. I look at this running back, Jordan Gant, who was an FCS All-American at Tennessee State, and now he's starting to get revved up and rolling here for the Zip. So I like them, despite this big spread, to knock out UMass. So I'm going to lay the points.
Yeah, Tom, big spread, 10.5 here at BetMGM. But again, impressive win. I mean, a decent win coming off that win against Buffalo, 24-17. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, listen, I would love to take the points with UMass, right? Akron is they're not a 10.5 point favorite kind of team, but you're looking at a UMass team that got blown out by Kent State. So it's just hard to trust them right now. You know, I know Emory has mentioned in the past, maybe it's time for them to go back down to the FCS level. They just can't compete in the MAC with some of these teams. So while the number's big, I do have to lean Akron with the 10.5. I think they pull away in the second half.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to move to our favorite Mountain West game. Tom, San Jose State coming off a nice win against Hawaii. What do you like?
Yeah, listen, I've been patient with Air Force. You guys know that. I love Air Force. I love Liam Zarka, but last week was it for me. They're about to go into overtime with Army, and they let a guy get behind them for a huge pass in the final seconds, and Army kicks the game-winning field goal. This defense is terrible. It's just really, really bad. And you look at San Jose State, their offense is starting to come around. I actually think they can make a run here in the second half of the season. So spread is about 3.5, 4. I think if you can get that number, lay it with San Jose State at home.
Emory, San Diego State with some comfortable wins as of late. They're a 6.5 point favorite.
Right, and you go from a bad defense that Tom talked about to a good one in San Diego State, and I think Hawaii got caught looking ahead to this ball game here, losing that game last week to San Jose State. But at the end of the day, now you come out of the frying pan and into the fire when you're facing a very good Aztecs defense. So they have no problems landing 6.5 points with San Diego State, because I feel like they'll be able to get pressure on Elahado at quarterback. They'll be able to slow down that passing offense, get a couple of stops, and that'll increase their ability to really pull away in this ball game and cover the spread.
Emory, we're going to move to the MAC. What's your favorite MACtion bet this week?
I like Noah Kim, man, a quarterback for Eastern Michigan, how he's been playing this year. I think he's done a solid job throwing the football. Consistency is key in the MAC, and you can consistently trust their offense more so than what we've seen so far from Bowling Green. Although I like the story of Bowling Green, just helter-skelter week to week with the Falcons. So when I look at Noah Kim and how he's played so far for the Eagles, I could trust him laying his short number.
And Tom, we're taking a dog in Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, I really like Miami here. You know, listen, I don't know who the 10 best coaches in college football are, but Chuck Martin has to be in the conversation for one of them. I know it's not, he doesn't coach at a sexy program, but he took over a terrible Miami team years ago, and he lost all 11 starters this year. And I thought they might start out a little slow, but there'd be a time in the conference games where you'd want to bet them as underdogs. And I think this is it. They've won 5 games in a row. And if you can get Miami over a field goal at Ohio, I think this is going to be a really close game, go down to the end. I think Miami could steal it late.
Tom, favorite bet from another Group of Five or FCS game this week?
Yeah, listen, nobody's really talking about Memphis. They're sitting here in good playoff positioning. They only lost one game, which was an odd one when UAB fired Trent Dilfer and Memphis was looking ahead to South Florida and they got caught. But this is a very good Memphis team. Now, Brendan Lewis, the quarterback, went out against Rice. You want to keep an eye on that. But when he plays, this is a really tough team, both offensively and defensively. And for me, Tulane's just a little bit overvalued. I think they've been a little overvalued all season. So if you can get Memphis laying under a touchdown at home, I like it.
How about you, Emory? What's another game you're eyeing in the Group of Five FCS conversation?
I think this is the best game of the FCS weekend. You got Mercer taking on Western Carolina, two of the best stories. Mercer has been on a tear since that no contest game in week 1 against UC Davis, where they had like 5-hour rain delay and they just canceled the game. And then Western Carolina started 0-3. Then in comes Taron Dickens, the quarterback, 5'11", 180. And since then, they haven't lost. They won 6 straight games, 5-0 in conference, and all he has done is thrown 26 touchdowns to only 1 interception, completing 78% of his passes. So this is the game to watch. I would definitely take the over here because Mercer has been blowing teams out, and Western Carolina has been fun as heck on offense because of their quarterback that has injected life into that program. So this is a great game that we'll watch this weekend.
Mercer, Western Carolina. All right, how about an upset special? A Group of 5 or FCS team, Emory, that can pull off the outright upset.
I like La Tech's defense, but I can't trust their offense. I love the way Delaware has built their program. Coach Carty, phenomenal head coach out there in the First State. And I think playing at home against La Tech, in this situation, they're 4.5-point underdogs. I think Delaware has a chance to win outright because they can score and their defense is opportunistic. We'll see if that is enough. So they'll pull off the win against La Tech.
I'm still having nightmares about how I bet Delaware. It was, I guess, 2 Wednesdays ago, and they got absolutely blown out. Anytime somebody brings Delaware up, Tom, I start to freak out. Talk to me about the game that you think could be an outright upset special for an FCS or Group of 5 team.
Yeah, how about Temple? I mean, I know our producer will be happy. He loves Temple. The Army's last 3 wins are against Charlotte, UAB, and Air Force. So those teams are terrible. All right, this is not a great Army team, and now they're favored by close to a touchdown against Temple. And Temple's played, it's not the same offense. They played Navy earlier this year and lost 32-31 in a game they probably should have won. So at least they've seen somewhat of this option offense a little bit, and Navy's offense is a lot better than Army's. I think they can contain Army here. I just don't think the market has caught up with Temple. I mean, they're a good team this year, and I think they could pull the upset.
By the way, I had Sharon in my ear. As soon as you uttered the word Temple, he very loudly said, I think to all 3 of us, attaboy. So he is very happy for you to show some love in that Temple over Army game. All right, gentlemen, that is going to do it. Emory Hunt, Tom Casale, thank you as usual every single Monday joining us for these Group of 5 FCS early looks. And if you want more of these guys or more of really anybody in the SportsLine universe, which is so many people, we've got the early edge every Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock on the SportsLine YouTube channel. Again, we cover our early edges, our favorite bets at every morning on the SportsLine YouTube channel at 10 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. Go to YouTube right now, type in SportsLine, and make sure you click subscribe. All right, that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining the show. Have fun watching Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott, Jacoby Brissett should be fireworks all over the place. Maybe you place some of those look-ahead bets. Either way, have a great Monday. We'll see you next time on The Early Edge.